Fable 5 is putting massive pressure on the frontier AI race right now. It really feels like everyone is just scrambling to keep up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's moving so fast.
But OpenAI actually has this secret weapon for their new GPT 5.6 model. And it is not about feeding the system more training data. The secret is actually, well, telling the AI much, much less.
It's a complete reversal of how we used to operate, honestly. I mean, for years, we thought more instructions meant better outputs.
Right, we just layered rule after rule.
Exactly. We layered rules to keep the models on track, but now that same approach is actually breaking the newest frontier models.
Wow. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are so glad you are joining us. Today, we are unpacking the official OpenAI prompting guide for GPT 5.6.
It's a really fascinating guide.
It really is. Our core mission today is helping you master lean prompting. We're going to explore why old, bloated prompts are breaking GPT 5.6.
Yeah, and then we'll walk through a real-world coffee shop case study together.
Right, to see this new lean framework in actual action. And finally, we will share the exact step-by-step migration checklist. So you'll learn how to update your old prompts without, breaking existing workflows.
Hey, it's really going to change how you work with AI. I mean, the days of writing 1,000-word system prompts are officially over.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
We need to understand the fundamental problem first. Like, why do yesterday's successful prompts fail today?
Well, it all comes down to how these newer models process our instructions. Older prompts are usually filled with what developers call old scaffolding.
Right, the repeated rules and
Incredibly long, rigid, step-by-step instructions.
yeah.
We used to write them like dense legal contracts,
But we thought we had to cover every single edge case imaginable.
Exactly. But conflicting instructions and repeated rules just confuse the new model.
Why does giving it a long system prompt make GPT 5.6 harder to guide, though? I mean, I know we used to think those guardrails were absolutely essential.
So, when you write a massive prompt, you create this complex cognitive web. The AI has to navigate that web before doing any actual work. It uses something called an attention mechanism to understand context. And every rule you add dilutes that attention across the whole prompt.
Oh, I see.
If you repeat a rule 3 times, the model gets confused. It literally spends its computational power trying to resolve those redundant instructions.
Ah, so it is spending all its attention navigating your complex prompt structure.
Right, and then it loses focus on the actual task itself. It's like giving someone a 50-page manual just to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
By the time they read it all, they completely forget what kind of bread you even wanted.
So the computational power gets entirely wasted on prompt comprehension.
Exactly.
Let's look at the internal coding agent evaluations from OpenAI. Because they tested this theory rigorously before releasing the new guide.
Oh, the statistics from those internal evaluations are actually quite staggering. They took their standard coding agents and just stripped away the bloated prompts.
And what happened?
They found that leaner system prompts improved evaluation scores significantly. The accuracy scores jumped up by roughly 10 to 15%.
Wow. But the efficiency gains were even more impressive than the accuracy scores, right?
Absolutely. The amount of tokens used dropped by 41 to 66%.
And just to clarify for everyone, tokens are the tiny chunks of text an AI processes to understand words.
Spot on. And fewer tokens mean the model processes requests much faster.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to hold as much context in its active memory. And because of that massive token drop, the financial costs absolutely plummeted.
Wait, really? By how much?
Operating costs fell anywhere from 33 to 67% per task.
Beat. That is huge. I have to admit, I still wrestle with adding too much fluff to my prompts myself.
Oh, it's a really hard habit to break.
It is. After years of doing it, it's almost like micromanaging a really smart employee in the office.
Yeah.
You think you are helping by giving them every single detail.
Right, telling them exactly how to open the spreadsheet and format the cells.
Exactly. Yeah. But saying turn left 5 times just causes unnecessary confusion.
That is a brilliant way to look at it. The employee stops thinking creatively and just nervously follows rigid steps.
Yeah, they become so worried about breaking a rule that they lose the big picture.
And GPT 5.6 reacts the exact same way to our old bloated prompts. It gets bogged down in the rules instead of just solving the problem.
So I have to ask you about this specific performance jump.
Yeah.
Why does giving the AI fewer instructions actually improve its evaluation scores?
Because it frees the model's computational attention for the actual solution. It no longer wastes processing power trying to balance 5 conflicting rules.
Okay, that makes sense.
The internal reasoning engine inside GPT 5.6 is vastly superior to older models. It doesn't need you to hold its hand through basic logic anymore.
So less text means the AI focuses better and saves us money.
That is the perfect way to summarize the core concept here. Just give it a clear target and step out of the way.
2-sec silence. So now that we know bloated prompts cause failure, what is next? We need to look at what a lean prompt actually looks like.
We really do. We need to move away from abstract theory now.
Right. Let's look at a practical business example from the new guide. Instead of using vague prompts like, write a good article.
Yeah, OpenAI recommends breaking your prompt down into very clear, distinct sections.
The new framework is very structured, but incredibly concise. You need a goal, success criteria, constraints, output, and stop rules.
Right.
Let's apply this directly to the Morning Peak Coffee case study.
So this is a fictional coffee subscription business facing some real problems. They are dealing with a sudden spike in customer churn right now.
And chronic late delivery issues.
Exactly. It's a classic operational nightmare for a small subscription business.
And they only have a $20,000 budget to recover these lost customers.
Which is a very strict, immovable financial constraint.
So let's look at how the old prompt tried to handle this crisis.
Well, the old prompt forced the AI to juggle multiple complex personas. It forced the model to act as a high-level business strategist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it also demanded it act as a retention specialist and a financial planner. It wanted detailed notes, problem grouping, and multiple strategy comparisons.
And the AI completely overproduced because of all those forced intermediate steps, right?
Big time. It gave them a massive 30-day timeline and 9 different complex actions.
Plus that really long, completely unnecessary risk review section.
Right, it did exactly what it was told, which ruined the output. A busy coffee shop manager doesn't have time to read a theoretical risk review.
Yeah, they need immediate, actionable steps to stop customers from canceling today.
Exactly. The bloated prompt forced the AI to play consultant instead of just solving the math problem.
Now let's examine the new, updated after prompt from OpenAI. This is where we see the lean framework in action.
Yeah, this new prompt was stripped down to just a single focus role. It just told the AI to be a customer retention strategist.
And the constraints were incredibly clear, right? Very easy to follow computationally.
Exactly. It said keep the recovery budget firmly under $20,000 for the whole quarter.
And absolutely do not suggest hiring any new full-time staff member.
Right. It also limited any customer discount campaigns to a maximum of 15%.
And included a very specific stop rule for the AI's logic loop.
Yeah, it said finish when every major churn issue has a checked cost action.
The result was a precise, highly actionable weekly operational plan.
With task owners, exact timing, and projected financial costs.
It even included clearly labeled business assumptions for the manager to review. It's kind of like stacking Lego blocks of data for the AI.
Oh, that is a really great way to visualize the new process.
You define the shape of the final structure you want built, but you let the AI snap the individual pieces together itself.
Exactly. You provide the boundaries, and it provides the raw cognitive labor.
But this brings up a very natural concern for most daily users. Does removing the intermediate planning steps reduce the quality of the final strategy?
Not at all, because the model's internal reasoning has improved significantly.
Okay.
When you force it to write out every single planning step, you cause problems. You actually restrict its ability to find a more efficient analytical path.
Right, because it already knows how to plan.
Exactly. It just needs the destination. You trust the navigation system to find the best route.
Right, you tell it the exact destination, not how to drive.
Exactly.
We're going to take a quick break right here for our sponsor.
And when we come back, we will scale this up to complex research.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the OpenAI Prompting Guide. We just fixed a business strategy prompt using the new Lean framework.
But fixing a simple business prompt is really just the first step. The real question is how this scales to incredibly complex, multi-step workflows.
Exactly. How does this Lean approach scale to complex, fact-heavy academic research?
And more importantly, how do we do it without the AI hallucinating facts?
Well, OpenAI provides an 8-part template specifically designed for complex workflow tasks. And this template is really the backbone of reliable AI research generation now.
Yeah, the 8 parts are role, personality, goal, and success criteria. Then you add constraints, tools, output, and finally, those crucial stop rules.
For deep research tasks, they highly recommend adding a specific sources section.
Which is how you tether the model to actual, verifiable reality.
Let's look at a case study for writing a complex technical article.
Mm.
So the task is writing a 1,200-word article for absolute beginners.
And the topic is exploring how AI shopping agents fundamentally change online retail.
The template controls the AI's behavior in very specific, subtle ways. Like the personality section forces it to keep technical terms very simple.
Right, you just tell it to explain things like a patient high school teacher.
And the sources section is absolutely critical for stopping those random, annoying hallucinations.
Yeah, it forces the AI to use official documents and published research papers. It specifically tells it not to cite random internet search snippets.
And it forces the AI to actually open every single linked source.
Which is huge because older prompts would often let the model just skim the URL titles. By forcing it to open the source, you guarantee a deeper context read.
Then we have the stop rules, which are honestly fascinating to me. They ensure the AI only finishes when all facts are completely checked.
They really are the secret sauce of this new prompting paradigm.
I have to challenge this whole stop rules concept, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, it feels so counterintuitive that we have to explicitly tell an AI when to stop working. I mean, we are so used to software that just runs until it crashes.
It is definitely a massive shift in how we think about computing. We are dealing with generative systems, not traditional database retrieval programs. These frontier models will just keep generating text forever otherwise.
Because they inherently want to be helpful, so they just keep creating content.
Exactly. And the most important stop rule handles missing or completely unverified information.
Right. It forces the AI to explain missing information instead of just randomly guessing.
Whoa, imagine scaling this to 1 billion queries. Just deleting redundant rules completely changes global compute costs.
Wow, yeah.
It is staggering when you think about the sheer energy savings involved.
If we stop billions of AI models from overthinking simple tasks every day, the efficiency gains across the entire tech industry are absolutely massive.
It fundamentally changes the economics of running an AI-powered business.
What is fascinating here is how it shifts the burden of accuracy. Let's examine that stop rule about missing facts a bit closer. By forcing the AI to explain what's missing instead of guessing, are we basically programming intellectual humility?
In a way, yes, we absolutely are. We are removing the implicit pressure for the AI to always have the perfect answer.
Right.
By giving it explicit permission to say, I don't know, everything changes, we drastically increase the overall reliability of the facts it actually does provide.
So structured boundaries actually give the AI freedom to do better research.
Exactly. Good boundaries always create a safe space for accurate, reliable analysis.
2-sec silence. Okay, so we have the theory and the practical templates now. We know exactly what a lean, efficient GPT 5.6 prompt looks like today.
Now we have to talk about the reality of actual prompt migration.
Because how do you practically update your massive library of old, bloated prompts?
Right. You might have hundreds of prompts built for GPT-4 or 5.5.
And you need to move them to 5.6 without breaking your daily workflows.
OpenAI has a very strict golden rule for this exact migration process. Do not change a full prompt stack all at once.
Yeah, if you rewrite everything blindly, your entire automated system will probably crash.
You must start with a prompt that already works well for you. Then you follow their 6-step prompt migration checklist very carefully.
Step 1 is to create a solid baseline with your current prompt. You run the current prompt and save the exact output that gets generated.
Right, this becomes the control group for your upcoming prompt optimization experiment.
Step 2 is where you start carefully pruning the excess instructions.
You remove all repeated rules and duplicated instructions from the old prompt, like if you told it to be polite 3 times, delete 2 of them.
Make sense? Step 3 is to remove any unused or unnecessary system tools.
Yeah, if the specific task does not need, a live web search, turn it off. Every active tool consumes cognitive overhead that could be used for reasoning.
Step 4 is absolutely crucial if you are migrating from older models. You must keep your reasoning effort settings completely unchanged during early testing.
This is a huge trap that catches a lot of experienced developers.
Ellie.
Yes. Let's say you were moving from GPT 5.4 to the new 5.6 model. The new model handles complex logic entirely differently under the hood.
So if you change your prompt and your reasoning settings simultaneously, you are flying blind.
Exactly. Keeping it unchanged allows you to measure the changes clearly and very accurately.
Step 5 is to rerun the exact same tests once again. You compare the new lean output against your original saved baseline results.
Finally, step 6 is how you fix any newly measured problems.
And you fix them by adding one focused instruction at a time. If the formatting broke, You add one sentence to fix the formatting.
The account AI Edge on X actually summarized this entire process perfectly.
Oh, what do they say?
They noted that shorter prompts are the main adjustment you make first, and that is followed closely by setting much clearer overall system permissions.
I mean, this checklist is literally just the scientific method in action.
It really is. It is pure, controlled scientific experimentation for modern AI systems.
You isolate the variables so you know exactly what caused the new behavior.
Right. If you change 5 things at once, you have no idea what worked.
And you won't know which specific change actually broke your desired output.
Which leads me to a practical question about fixing these output errors.
Sure.
If an AI misses a citation during testing, why shouldn't we just rewrite the whole prompt section?
Because rewriting the whole section introduces new, completely unmeasured variables into the system. The model might fix the citation, but suddenly break your strict formatting rule.
You have to maintain absolute control over the testing environment at all times.
Change one variable at a time, like a controlled science experiment.
That is the only reliable way to build truly resilient AI workflows.
2-6 silence. Well, we have covered a massive amount of ground today.
It is a lot of technical theory to process, but it is incredibly important.
GPT 5.6 truly marks a fundamental shift in daily human-AI interaction. We are moving from a paradigm of strict control to guided freedom.
Yeah, the model simply does not need to be micromanaged by us anymore. It is smart enough to figure out the intermediate logical steps itself.
We just have to be brave enough to let go of the steering wheel. A useful prompt gives clear direction and sets very strict operational boundaries.
And it provides enough freedom for the AI to choose the most efficient path.
The main lesson from the OpenAI guide is remarkably simple today.
Say less, but demand much better results from your advanced AI models.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope this helps you clean up your old prompt libraries. But before we go, we want to leave you with a provocative thought today.
The dynamic between humans and machines is changing very rapidly right now.
If these frontier models are getting so incredibly advanced right now,
And they're improving at an absolutely exponential rate every single month.
and our detailed instructions are actually holding them back from performing well. Wait, holding them back from performing well? At what point will the AI need to start prompting us to get out of its way?
That is a wild thought.
Something to think about as you write your next prompt.
Until next time, keep your instructions clear and your constraints tight.
Thanks for listening.